Good evening and welcome to Options Center. It is Thursday, 8/31/23, last day of the month, you guys. Welcome everybody. All day I had in my head, hey, is it window dressing? What's happening? Are we going to go higher? I don't really think so. All of our criteria for a reversal were just lining up. I didn't know if we were going to get the gap up today and move up pretty strong. We did, but then we reversed throughout the day. Couldn't hold levels, and right at the end we had a nasty candle here, and you can see that right here on SPY on the daily time frame. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go on SPY on the daily and the 65-minute, and we're also gonna check out QQQ as well. Right now we have the Keltner channels on board here. So you see the dotted gray dashes here. We have the upper end and the lower end. And right now we are rejecting off the upper end of the Keltner channel. That's natural. That's what we expected. That's why I'm showing you here and now. And I'm going to show you a lot of other indicators throughout here that gave us this reversal setup. So this potential reversal setup, and we expect price to head down from here. I do think the top is in. Yesterday I wasn't sure if the top is in. You're never sure, but I do believe the top is in today. Okay, so if this information helps you out, please help out the channel by liking the video and or putting comments in. All that stuff matters for the algorithms for YouTube. Go down in the description if you like anything in there that you may want to help out in any certain way. It's appreciated. Thank you. So I'm going to keep pushing this information out each and every day that I can, especially when we have a turn like this. So I think we got the turn. We certainly do have the conditions for a turn. We have our reversal candle here. I wasn't sure if this push above for yesterday, I wasn't sure if this next push was the reversal candle because we pushed right into a lot of our resistance areas. And today we had a push up further, but couldn't hold those levels. So, all in all, I think this is the level where we reverse, and we have to get confirmation for this reverse after this doji candle. So we have a reversal candle, and now we need a breakdown of this candle below the closing of this candle here. We need a follow through. So we will look forward to that for the, I think we have employment situation into tomorrow. And so we'll be looking forward to a catalyst to have a down day tomorrow. And then we have the long weekend, 3-day weekend for Labor Day. And I think next week's going to be a quite the negative week. All right. I'm speculating. I am projecting. But the setup here is that we reversed today, and that maybe tomorrow, at minimum tomorrow, we just have some sort of choppy day, inside candle or something like that that doesn't move because of the holiday. But my thoughts is that we have our reversal in it, and I think we start moving down towards clearly the 444 area would be our first target. So that would be that shelf right about here, where we had a reaction here as resistance, and then we broke out from. So that would be our breakout point. That would be our check back to the breakout point. We start going further up from there, and that's a whole different ball game. Okay, so I showed you the Keltner channel there. Let's go ahead and move to the indicators for the MACD. The MACD, we came down underneath the 0 line, and we're testing that 0 line again. That can act as resistance. So, this could be the point where we have what we call a whipsaw, and we can head back down. We're underneath the 0. That's bearish. We could head back down from here. Okay. The RSI, we have a sell signal on the RSI because of the, let's go ahead and change the board. I think I want to put on the traditional, there we go. The traditional technical analysis here. And I have some of the markings here. We have our sell signal here because we made it right to that 70 area. And so I call that a sell signal right there for the RSI for a bounce because we are at our initial move down and we're having a bounce. And so that 70 area, it should be about the max for a typical bounce. Okay. And we're getting early crossover here from the Stochk RSI. We don't have a sell signal on the daily. It's not confirmed. And we're getting overbought conditions on the slow Stochk. But again, we don't have sell signals confirmed. So we're going to keep an eye on this. We are overbought, and testing the 0 line here. So those are all starting to form these conditions. But I'll show you on the 65 something a little bit different after we get through a little bit more of these indicators. We have the McClellan oscillator. And what we're showing here is that we just nicked that resistance there, the overbought range. So again, you match this up with what's happening with price action, and you have the fact that we are probably reversing right here. And this McClellan summation, there's no strength in this bounce. 0 strength in this bounce. That's what this is showing. We're right here at the 1,000 mark. We had a reversal. Strong reversal shows what happened with price action. But do you see we came up almost 78, almost 78% of the move, the initial move down. That's a huge bounce. But do we have any confirmation from the McClellan summation index? No. This is saying how weak that bounce is. This is how weak the market is. We didn't even make it back. Look at this little notch. Look at this huge move. It's not confirming this move. Okay, and so if I take off all of the indicators and we just look at traditional technical analysis, you see this was the rising pivot from 2018. That was the megaphone. Look at this confluence. You see this wedge top here, right there, and the bottom of this point here, if you would consider that the wave B, the bottom of this, the touch here, that's in confluence. And also this resistance, huge resistance where you see price action couldn't hold that point. It uses as resistance, support, big support, on these moves. And then resistance again, huge level. Rejecting off all these items here. That is the definition of confluence right there. All kinds of things happening. We were reaching that point yesterday, so we didn't want to be naive that we couldn't go further up, but we also know that the market sometime when we get to these areas, the market sometimes doesn't give you a chance to get in. And we have catalysts that happen almost every day this week before the market opens. So we want to make sure that we were scaling into our short positions. And we sure did that. And we took off our hedges today into this move to the upside. So huge reversal. I do think that this is the time where we move from this point, and possibly if it's a strong day tomorrow and we get the catalyst for this employment situation, we could easily just tomorrow hit this 444 point. Okay, if this is a strong reversal, if we don't chop around because of the holidays, then this strong reversal could bring us right back into this 444 area where it came so quickly when it broke out. And we'll just be back testing this point here. And what I would consider on the lower time frames is that this might be the wave 1 down. get a reaction from this point here, since it's so important for a bounce, and then continue on lower from there. So that's what we're looking at. We'll go down to the 65-minute. On this 65, sorry, 1 second. Just replying, dinner's ready for my wife and kids, and so we got to keep this video pretty short. Fixed dinner already, and just looking to make this video, and then I'll send it out to you guys in a little bit. So, okay, on the 65-minute, we have this initial move down here, okay? We have initial move, wave one down. We held this pivot, and now we're making a wedge. We made this wedge for the pullback, and you see this channel? That channel was a channel from way down here in March. Made this channel, and all we're doing is back testing that. We back tested it almost perfectly, and then also you have the island gap here. We didn't quite get to, but that's considered a test of that point. Now we have the trend line up here for this wedge. We broke down from the wedge. We back tested, and at the end of the day, we just kind of tanked in a micro way. But we just tanked at the end, at the last like 5 minutes, 5 minutes or something like that, and just had that back test and started moving down from that point. So this was my initial sell point. We got to here, we broke up from the downtrend line, and so we exceeded our 50-60%, and we're coming closer to that 786. Didn't quite get there, but we went a little further than I expected, but that's okay. This is where we started. It's kind of like that caution where we could have had the reversal, and we had a lot of things happening here, but now we formed this wedge. We had an A, B, C, and we're breaking down from that wedge. So that's the traditional aspect of it. And what we have here is, if we look at I'll just go through these. These are the same indicators that I did on the daily time frame, and now you can see a little bit different kind of story. And we were confirming this in the Discord, that we are having our sell signals. We started getting our sell signals today. We have this crossover here. We have the MACD crossover that's confirmed. So that's a bear cross. We have a divergence. We have negative divergence on the 65-minute as we're getting this wedge breakdown. So we have a sell signal there. We had our sell signal confirmed with a divergence here when it crossed over the 80 earlier today. So that's why we stayed into our shorts. We took off our hedges and we stayed in our shorts. And also that confirmation on the slow stoke as well. We have our sell signal, and we look for lower prices to come. Now we might get a little bounce. It's possible, but I don't think we're going to have